the world. It's time for Mishawaka Cavemen Basketball, powered by Midland Engineering Company, completing their first century of quality roofing experience. Cavemen Basketball is presented by the School City of Mishawaka, growing leaders in a culture of excellence the Mishawaka way, and the Mishawaka Education Foundation, granting a better future. The Mishawaka Cavemen are also brought to you by Ace Home Appliance Center, BSN Sports, Edward Jones, Industrial Door of Northern Indiana, Kevin Putz with First Midwest Mortgage, Kurt Outdoor Living, Kyle's Auto Repair, Monterey Mexican Bar and Grill, RBI's Unlimited, Rossini Pizza, the Food Bank of Northern Indiana, U.S. Signcrafters, and Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care. And now it's time for the Mishawaka Cavemen Pregame Show, brought to you by the School City of Mishawaka. Here's the voice of the Cavemen, Sean Stiers.
Hey, very pleasant good evening. Glad to have you with us here tonight at Cave at Mishawaka High School, along with Wendell, Mishawaka Network. The School City of Mishawaka pregame show begins as we get set to tip off the first of three games for the Cavemen. Mishawaka 7-8 after last Thursday's 56-49 loss to Washington. They are 2-6 in the NIC. Meanwhile, New Prairie, led by first-year head coach Mike Bauer, is 9-8, 1-6 in the NIC. Bauer took last year off. He was the head coach for 5 years, from 2014 to 18 at South Bend St. Joe. And Matt, we were just talking before we went on. Mishawaka's got a couple guys back here in the last couple of weeks. Ron Eklinski will talk about that in our pregame interview. Devon Parker, Sicario Thomas. But unfortunately, we probably should go into the extent, but it sounds like they're going to be without a fairly key player for the rest of this season.
Yeah, so I was talking to Donovan Snyder for the AV game. I was setting up stuff for the students here who were running the live stream. He said he's walking boots, which is never a good sign.
Yeah.
He said something with the ankle, and where you're getting right now towards the end of the season, you're in February. He said a little bit. He's definitely up tonight. He's over there. Probably out definitely this week, and he said they're doing some tests, but they'll see how the rest of the season looks for him.
John Hemmer, the baseball coach, isn't going to be happy either. Donovan was, of course, a key member of that semi-state baseball team last year and the regional team the year before that as well.
Well, and I don't know if you know this, but my dad is now coaching on the staff.
I did know that.
So he came up to me up here today. He's here at the game, and he said, they're obviously not happy about that. Drew Mason, a wrestler, he's out right now. But they're also losing a lot. They're only bringing back three key starters for the baseball team. But John's a good guy. He's got a good program, so they'll get some other players.
Yep. Grant Jablonski, a key pitcher from that team, pitching at Valparaiso now, and Sam Shively, who of course was also the quarterback of the baseball team, a guard on the basketball team, a pitcher for the baseball team last year. He is at Taylor University, so they lost a couple of key guys. But it is basketball here tonight. It is Mishawaka against New Prairie. Really a pretty key matchup for both of these teams as they look to try. Mishawaka trying to get back to 500 and New Prairie trying to get above 500. And speaking of other sports, Chase Tedder, quarterback for the New Prairie football team, he is a member of the Cougar basketball team, and we will tell you more about him when we return. First, though, we're going to take a timeout, and when we come back, you'll hear from Mishawaka head coach Ron Heklinski with Matt Rendell, John Stiers at the Cave. It is Mishawaka and New Prairie here tonight. School City of Mishawaka pregame show continues with more after this on Z94.3.
Cancer won't wait. It won't wait for appointments to open up, test results to come back, or treatment plans to start. At Cancer Treatment Centers of America, we make time for cancer patients, time to answer questions, relieve worries, and turn indecision into good decisions. Call 888-385-CTCA. Set up an appointment with our team of cancer experts. Cancer Treatment Centers of America. Appointments available now.
In northern Indiana, retired seniors can't afford groceries. Hardworking parents skipping meals so their kids have enough food. Children will go to bed hungry tonight. I'm Mary Jo Martinek with the Food Bank of Northern Indiana. Those who struggle with hunger are more likely to have poor health. With your support, we can create healthier communities. Hunger is a story we can end. Find out how at feedindiana.org.
Mishawaka and New Prairie here tonight, joined by head coach Ron Heklinski. Coach, the schedule had kind of slowed down a little bit, a game, maybe 2 per week over the last few weeks, but now this is the first of 3 games here this week. Is it good to kind of get back to where you're pretty busy as far as games go?
You know what, kind of an NBA schedule, actually, a Tuesday, Friday, Saturday deal, which allows us 3 days of practice. Now, if I'm a player, I like that because it cuts a practice day out of the routine. And obviously you like playing games. As a coach, man, I'm trying to get every practice day I can get. And I counted, I think maybe we have 10 or 11 practices left for the season. So, and so practices are at a premium. Practices are really important to me. And, but you got to play them when they say you got to play them. So it's really a great week. Got a couple conference games. New Prairie's a really tough, physical type of team. They're 9-8. They've won some league games. They have some size. They shoot the ball really well. And then you talk about Adams, who's playing really well. And then we'll see on Saturday night. So it's really a great week to play some basketball.
This is where you are in mid-February right now. You've got a couple guys back in the last couple of weeks who you didn't have for quite a while. Obviously, you didn't have Sicario Thomas for the first 11 games. Devon Parker had been out really for a couple of months as well, and you got him back last week. Is this almost not like completely starting over again, but when you add a couple guys like that with their skill level to the mix, is it kind of for you, still sort of now you're sort of refiguring out what this rotation looks like?
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. And from their standpoint, they have to get used to playing in games. Practice is one thing, but getting your rhythm, understanding how tough the competition is in games. So against Washington, we played both from 2 quarters in the JV game. Right. And tonight, again, we'll play them 2 quarters, which then gives them 3 quarters of varsity action.
So, again, getting them back to the mix, Nick Hoopengarner last week had a really big game for you. He had a double-double, 14 points and 11 rebounds. And again, when you get a guy like Thomas, are you able to use Hoopengarner a little bit differently?
No, I don't think so. I think Hoop traditionally is going to be our 4 to 5 guy. Sicario Thomas is really one of the wings, a 2 to 3 guy, and very athletic, very young, a sophomore. And this is what I've expected out of Nick the whole season. Nick played last year. Nick got a lot of minutes. Nick should get some rebounds. Nick should score some points. So as we get ready to head down the stretch the last 7 games, I'm looking forward to him doing that a little bit.
Does Thomas know that a layup is 2 points as well?
Well, if he finishes with 994 in his career at Mishawaka, he's going to be mad at himself. But he is a good jumper. He jumps really, really well. If he was a novice dunker, I'd be really mad at him. But he is a good dunker. He's just he's not getting the steps. He's rushing a little bit. Yeah. He's just a really good player. He just needs to slow down a little bit and let the game come to him.
One thing your team has done really well this year is get offensive rebounds, but you haven't always been able to turn those into second chance points. Has that been sort of I don't know if frustration might be too much, or just sort of an area of emphasis to be able to cash those back in?
No, I think frustration is the perfect word, because that's exactly what I feel sitting there when you're at point blank range and you can't knock it back in. I mean, if you're a scorer, you look at it from this standpoint. You get 1 offensive rebound a quarter. That's 4 baskets. That's amazing. Now you hit a couple threes, you make 6 free throws. Now you got 20 points. And so offensive rebounding is a big part of really our game. Now we got to start cashing those in a little bit.
All right. So New Prairie tonight, what are a couple keys?
Well, they have a really good shooter, a kid named Flagg, who's a lefty, about 6'6", really deep. We got to really get to him. Of course, their quarterback is awesome. Chase Kettering is a great high school quarterback. A very, very good high school basketball player too. Wants to take the ball to the paint. Wants to get to the basket. We got to keep him in front. And then we have to keep New Prairie off the boards. And then we got to just play with some enthusiasm and passion. We got 7 left. Are you kidding me?
Right.
Pitchers and catchers today. We got sunshine. We got sunshine today. There was light coming through the windows when we were in our workout a little bit ago. So springtime maybe is on its way, coming down to the end. So you got to come out and you got to treat every game as it's a huge game. And obviously this is a huge game for us. We have to stop that win one, lose one mentality. We have to put a little bit of a string together here.
Coach, thanks. Good luck. We'll talk to you Friday.
You're the best, man. See ya.
All right. Sounds good. You're listening to Mishawaka Cavemen Basketball.
Midland Engineering Company has been completing quality commercial roofing jobs nationwide from right here in Michiana for nearly 100 years. But did you know Midland also boasts the area's only standalone service department in the commercial roofing business? Midland knows the negative effects a leaking roof can have on your business, so their team is ready to help Michiana small business owners keep working. Why take a chance with your business? Trust the professionals at Midland Engineering Company, proud to be Michiana born and raised.
Authentic, handcrafted Mexican food made fresh the day you need it. It's only one phone call away at Monterey Mexican Bar and Grill. Feed your taste buds with a sizzling hot catering package. Homemade queso, fresh guacamole, grilled peppers and onions over marinated steak and chicken, customizable catering options, and weekly food and drink specials. Join the text club to receive weekly specials. Just text TACO to 45364. Monterey Mexican Bar and Grill on McKinley, just past Division. It's what you want.
Say it again.
This week, 10 for 10 is back at Meijer. Get over 1,500 select family favorites for just $1, like Coca-Cola or Pepsi 2 liters, plus deposit where applicable. Campbell's Chunky Soup, Oscar Mayer Lunchables, Soft Soap Liquid Hand Soap, select Colgate toothpaste, and so much more for just $1 each at Meijer. Mix or match 10 items and get the 11th free. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
Most people look elsewhere to find leaders. Not us. We see them everywhere. Every neighborhood, every town around. The most promising young men and women in this nation's history. Yours. We're the faculty and staff of Mishawaka Schools, and we're growing leaders in a culture of excellence with project-based learning, award-winning arts, sciences, small class size, and preparing students for a global economy. That's the Mishawaka way. Growing leaders in a culture of excellence. You can't pick everything in life, but you can pick faculty and staff who see greatness in every child. The Mishawaka way. Be great. Pick Mishawaka Schools. Enroll today. Visit pickmishawakaschools.com. pickmishawakaschools.com.
Back live in the cave at Mishawaka High School. It is the Cavemen against the New Prairie Cougars with Matt Rendell, Sean Stiers. We'll give you the starting lineups for tonight's game. First for the visiting Cougars of New Prairie, a 6'1" senior averaging 10.9 points per game, an all-state football player, Chase Tedder, who was the quarterback of the New Prairie football team the last couple of years. A 6'2" junior averaging 8.2 points per game, Rylan McBride. A 6'4" junior averaging a team best 13.5 points per game, Braden Flagg. A 6'4" junior averaging 5.6 points a game, Hunter Smith. And a 6'6" senior averaging 4.5 points a game, Evan Berg. New Prairie coached by first-year head coach Mike Bauer, again the former head coach of the South Bend St. Joe Indians. For Mishawaka, a 6' senior averaging 4.9 points per game, Raheem Brayton. A 6'2" junior averaging a team best 15.8 points a game, Trent Johnson. A 6' freshman averaging 4.1 points a game, Maddox Yohe. A 6'4" senior averaging 6.5 points a game, Nick Hoopengarner. And another 6'4" senior averaging 5.7 per game, Alex Boggs. Mishawaka is 7-8, 2-6 in the NIC. Third-year head coach Ron Hekliski leads the charge. And Matt, Mishawaka going a little bit bigger with the two 6'4" guys, Hoopengarner and Boggs, with a little bit of size out there for New Prairie tonight.
Well, and you're saying that you got the big guys from Mishawaka. It doesn't look like it. We're right here on the floor, and look how big New Prairie looks compared to Mishawaka. So even though Hoopengarner and Boggs are both out there, they got size all across. And even Chase Tedder, who's the smallest person on the court, he's so big in a different way. He's a strong player. Of course, you saw him in football season. He had that big hurdle run against Mishawaka.
That's right.
That he's a really good athlete, so it'll be a good game.
Still should have been a flag, though. Tip controlled by Mishawaka, and the Cavemen will move from right to left here in the first half. Johnson, who is wearing the pink kinesiology tape down both legs. Little turn and shoot by Hoopengarner, left side of the lane, doesn't go. And the rebound taken out of there by New Prairie. Over on the left, the three-pointer up, it rims off. Boggs clears the rebound for the Cavemen. Boggs averaging 4.7 boards per game. No score, just into the Kevin Putz, the First Midwest Mortgage first quarter. He's here watching the game tonight. Kevin Putz, left corner three, off the back iron by Yohe, and over to New Prairie.
Well, and Sean, we did the girls sectional game last week. Already here we have 3 shots up in less than 35 to 36 seconds, and so they're getting shots up, not quite like that game. But
Yohe goes for the steal on the inbound. It goes back out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Cavemen. You know what's funny is I didn't even realize, I think, until Dean Hubbard tweeted after the game, the girls, Mishawaka girls went into the fourth quarter with 14 points. They ended up with 44. They scored 30 points in the fourth quarter.
And we felt really good about the game afterwards, and that must have been why.
That's exactly right. Here's a three from the right wing by the lefty. Flag. It doesn't go, and Hoopengarner pulls down the rebound. Still scoreless. A minute gone in the Kevin Putz, the First Midwest Mortgage first quarter.
Well, Mishawaka's running a man down this baseline here in this New Prairie 2-3 zone. They're trying to see if they can expose those corners. As he had the open three down there before and couldn't get it to go. That time it was Trent Johnson, and now it'll be Raheem Brayton.
Brayton, right corner three doesn't go. Weak side rebound. Flag. Still no score. More than a minute into the first. Flag's baseline jumper doesn't go. Boggs with the rebound for Mishawaka. The two teams still scoreless. Left wing. Hoopengarner's three doesn't go. And back on the weak side, Flag pulls down another rebound. Goose Eggs up on the scoreboard. Flag spins into the lane, puts it up, catches the iron, and it drops through. Braden Flag starts the scoring. 2-0 New Prairie.
Well, and he's taken already 3 shots here today. That was easily the toughest one he's taken. He had 2 guys on him fading away right in the paint. And also an alley-oop.
Alley-oop, and tipped in there. The timing was off a little bit, off of Johnson's fingertips. It rolls off the rim, and Flag with another New Prairie rebound. The Cougars lead 2-0 as Flag hits another jumper as it rattled in from the free throw line. 4-0 now Cougars.
And Flag has got the touch. You saw it there. That one hit all the parts of the rim and still ended up going in. But Cavemen have got to guard him a little bit stronger. Full court probably. They got to get off on him. He's been bringing the ball up, putting up good shots.
The freshman Maddox Yohe in the starting lineup tonight for Mishawaka. 4-0. The Cavemen trail, looking at a 2-3 zone. Right wing, Yohe, three-pointer strong. And on the miss, Flag pulls down his 4th rebound already. A three-pointer up by New Prairie, and it'll go for Ryland McBride to make it 7-0.
And New Prairie started off cold just like Mishawaka, but they've gotten hot hitting their last 3 shots.
McBride with the 3. That's just his 9th make of the season. And here on the scene, Raheem Brayton gets Mishawaka on the board at 7-2 now.
And the Cavemen have had good open looks. They just haven't hit them. And that one, Brayton just took one dribble into the lane, put up a little runner, got it to go.
They're seeing this zone. They see zone pretty much all the time anymore, it seems like. On the drive by McBride for New Prairie, a foul is called, and it's going to go against Maddox Yohe. I'll give you your uniform descriptions, brought to you by BSN Sports and Kevin Drazier. New Prairie wearing road navy uniforms, gold trim and lettering. Mishawaka home whites, maroon numbers and lettering, and gold trim. New Prairie basketball. Skipping into the lane, Chase Ketterer, and another foul is going to be called. This time it's going to be Brayton, and that's about the first time Ketterer has touched the ball tonight.
Well, for the number of plays there, Flag was just going down, putting up shots. He was bringing the ball up and shooting, and now you can see Trent Johnson's up on Flag.
Flag takes the inbound over on the left wing, spins down to the baseline. Out of bounds. It'll be Mishawaka basketball. Good Trent Johnson that time.
Well, I was about ready to mark down a foul. I thought they had called a block there, but they said he stepped out before that happened. So, Caveman ball.
Yep. 7-2. New Prairie leads. Mishawaka with a basketball. Looking at that 2-3 zone. Brayton over to the right wing. Trent Johnson down the corner. It goes to Yohe. Up fake on the 3. Back over. Brayton. Up fake from the left. Passes to his right to Johnson, who dribbles to the left. Johnson directing traffic. Johnson had just 7 points in the loss last Thursday to Washington. Just the second time this season He's been held under double digits in scoring.
Well, and you see they're playing a very passive zone. They're really not coming out on shooters as there's a wide open three from Trent Johnson.
Left corner, Johnson rings the bell. His three-pointer is good, and he had struggled lately. A lot of 1-for-7s from three-point range. He hits that one, though. It was nothing but netted at 7-5. Chase Ketterer on the drive. Shot won't go, and Hoopengarner takes the rebound out of there. Pushing it up court, Brayton to Yohe, and the freshman called for traveling. Just a little bit of a hesitation on the right.
Yeah, well, and that passive zone has created open shots. The Cavemen finally took advantage of that three-pointer, but then Yohe getting going a little too fast there. Took a couple steps before he had a chance to dribble.
7-5, New Prairie leads in backcourt. McBride gets it over to Ketterer. Ketterer taps the top of his perfectly coiffed hair with his left hand as he dribbles with his right.
Well, Yohe was really in a flag there.
Flag three does not go. Up for the rebound is Boggs, his third board. Mishawaka down 2 for the basketball. Yohe passes to his right to Brayton. Johnson was calling for it down on the left corner. The freshman didn't see him down there. Now he passes there. Johnson with penetration to the elbow to Boggs. Dribbles through traffic, puts it up, won't go, and McBride with the New Prairie rebound. The Cougars lead by 2. Left wing, Ketterer 3. Strong off the back iron, and the board bounces out near midcourt to McBride.
With all the missed shots here, that was one of the first offensive rebound attempts for either team. So a good job tipping that back out to midcourt to get another chance.
Flag inside, puts it up. Somebody got a piece of it, and underneath, the board is taken by Hoopengarner. Mishawaka down 2, a chance to tie or take the lead. They've had a couple opportunities to do that after falling behind 7-0 to start the game. Johnson jumps into the lane, puts that up. The basket was good. I think they'll probably wave it off.
Yeah.
Yep, the foul's going to be on the floor.
So they're going to say that was just before the shot. Coach Eklinski really wanted that shot to go. He's right in front of us here as we got the stuff.
It's going to be Raquel Kynes and Latrell Franklin coming in for Mishawaka as Boggs and Yohe sit down. Franklin averaging 6.8 per game, coming off a 10-point effort, one of 2 Cavemen in double figures, along with Hoopengarner in the loss to Washington last week. Brayton takes the inbound, back between the circles, right wing to Johnson, and back to Brayton in the middle. A screen by Hoopengarner. Brayton uses it to go left, passes back to his right. Kynes flashes out. We haven't seen Raquel Kynes the last few games. He's back in there tonight. Johnson, top of the key. The three is short. Kynes crashes for the rebound, though. Pinned underneath. Puts it up. Won't go, and the board is taken by New Prairie.
Yeah, and that was a good offensive rebound by Kynes, but he couldn't get a good look at it as he just got it off the bottom of the rim.
Raquel Kynes, who averages 1.2 points and just under 1 rebound per game. 1:36 to go in the Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage first quarter. 7-5. New Prairie on top. Derek Daniels, 5'11 junior, who had come in for New Prairie.
Yeah, that's going to be an illegal screen on, I think it was on McBride.
Yep.
He gave a little bit of that shoulder, elbow action on the screen, and they're going to call that when they see it.
Still 7-5 New Prairie. The Cougars jumped on top 7-0. Mishawaka answered with 5 straight points. This is at least their 4th chance, Mishawaka, to at least tie.
When you see they've gone a little smaller, Latrell Franklin can play one of those kind of 4 positions as he's got a really good defense, obviously, but he can really get up there and get rebounds. That's what he's out there for.
Right wing, Raquel Kynes' 3 doesn't go, and the rebound into the hands of Derek Daniels. Franklin got a hand on it, couldn't corral it, though.
Yeah, I was hoping he would make my prediction come true there. With
That's right. Almost did.
Yeah.
Couldn't quite, though.
Well, and Latrell's in radio TV class with me, so I see him every day. First class.
Chase Ketterer, who ran for 33 touchdowns for New Prairie last fall. Inside it goes. Little hook shot up. Doesn't go for New Prairie's Evan Ferg, and Hoopengarner pulls down another rebound. Mishawaka down 7-5. There's 30 seconds to play in the Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage first quarter. Franklin's 3 is an air ball. The rebound down to Ketterer and New Prairie again, and Franklin's going to be called for a foul as Ketterer tries to spin off him.
Yeah, and Latrell Franklin, I think, right out. He's not a point that one, and he's going to go to the bench, and I don't think Ron Eklinski's too happy with that.
Yeah, Franklin 1 for 2 from three-point range against Washington last Thursday. He's 2 for 7 now this season. You're right, he's not a three-point shooter. That's kind of like if you're all alone and there's nothing else, I guess go ahead. But here on the leader, Braden Flagg breaks a long scoring drought for both teams to make it 9-5. There's 3 seconds left in the first quarter. Kynes puts up a three that only hit the backboard, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter on a long heave by New Prairie. That missed shot. 9-5. Not a lot of offense in the Kevin Putz First Midwest Mortgage first quarter. New Prairie leads by 4 at the end of 1. We'll take a timeout. Back with second quarter action on C94.3.
I've been living in recovery for 8 years.
2 years.
3 years.
27 years.
I'll never stop fighting addiction because addiction is a disease.
A disease that overlaps. Substance use disorders affect every relationship.
You have the power to fight this. It's easier when you know the facts.
I'm Coach, and my drug of choice was heroin. Through treatment and with the help of my recovery support, I learned that recovery is a journey. A journey that has allowed me to be a father, a son, a healthy man of society, and that living in recovery is fun.
The fact is, addiction is a disease.
The more you know, the more supportive and compassionate neighbor,
Friend,
family member,
Hoosier, you can be.
Go to knowthefactsindiana.org to learn more about opioid and substance use disorders, treatment, and recovery.
Start of the second quarter. New Prairie will have the basketball. Mishawaka trails 9-5. They fell behind 7-0 and then got back in it. Devin Saleh is in, a 6'4" junior for the Cougars. He inbounds to Derek Daniels. Daniels bounces it, toward the baseline to Ketterer.
Yeah, I don't think that pass was meant for Ketterer.
I don't think it was either.
Heyman defense really picked up here, Sean. They're getting out there on the players a little bit. Once Flag got going a little bit, they said we need to get out a little bit, get past.
Devon Parker and Sicario Thomas in for Mishawaka at the start of the second quarter. We'll have more on them in a second as Ketterer drives and lays it in from the right side to make it 11-5 New Prairie.
And the New Prairie bench here, the coaches are saying Sicario Thomas is getting way up into their players, so they're trying to let the ref know, watch out for that.
Thomas dribbles once left hand down to the corner to Parker. Back out to Thomas at the left point. Trent Johnson on the right, tries to penetrate, kicks it out against the zone. Thomas gives it up. Johnson drives, draws the foul, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, and a good drive there by Johnson. They're really packing that paint in, and you got to do one of two things. You either got to make some shots, or you got to drive in and get some fouls. They're making some shots.
A guy who can be effective against this 2-3 zone with that foul called on Ketterer. Johnson hits the first of 2 free throws. Is Nick Hoopengarner. He's done really well in that short corner down there. It's a matter of, not just pass, whatever. You got to break it down a little bit, and he's got that great range against a zone like this from the baseline.
Yeah, and you can tell they're really packing that free throw line so they don't get any of those short shots from the free throw line in there either.
Johnson hits both free throws to make it an 11-7 game. New Prairie on top. Little up fake down low, and up and in goes Ferg. His first bucket averages 4.5 per game.
Really nice play there, breaking the press, getting up court, and then a nice ball fake by Ferg so he could get it up and get the 2.
Devon Parker, little shake and bake up top, out to Johnson. He will penetrate, kicks it down to the corner. Just inside the arc is Bond to Parker. Left baseline, Thomas stops and zips it outside, back over to the right to Johnson. Johnson stops his dribble outside to Hoopengarner. Down to the right corner, it goes to Boggs. The 3 is good. Bring it up for Alex Boggs. That is just his second three-pointer and 4th attempt of the season, and it's 13-10 now, New Prairie.
Yeah, it was obvious he felt comfortable with that. He didn't take any hesitation, grabbed it, put it up. But the Cavemen are going to have to make some shots. This is where they missed. Foul there on Thomas. This is where they missed somebody like Donovan Snyder who can stand there at the three-point line and make some shots.
And again, if you weren't with us at the start of the game, Donovan Snyder in a walking boot, and not sounding good for him, sounding like he could be out the rest of the season. Their second best three-point shooter. 17 of them he has made this season, second only to Trent Johnson's 25 after Johnson hit one earlier. Caleb Williams in for the first time.
Yeah, and Caleb Williams can hit some of those shots too if he gets the chance.
Over to the left, the pass just saved down in the corner.
But I think that was another pass that wasn't to him.
Exactly.
I think that he just happened to be there. He kind of caught it. You heard
whoa!
The Prairie fans right here go, whoa, you know, they kind of saw it going, but he caught it, so they'll keep possession.
5:53 to play in the first half. New Prairie leads Mishawaka 13-10. Inbound left wing, Zalay. Passes back to McBride. Drives the left baseline. Stops his dribble. Williams cuts him off. Puts it up. It's short. Williams had the rebound. Couldn't corral it, and it goes out of bounds.
And that's good defense there. He kept his man in front of him. Didn't foul. It's just that rebound a little long. He went up for it. Tried to get both hands on it, and went out of bounds off his fingertips.
McBride to inbound for the Cougars. They lead 13-10. 5:40 to play in half number one. Outside, it is Flagg. Over to the wing, it is Daniels for the three-pointer.
Well, and the Cavemen are really getting up into the body of the New Prairie offensive players, but they just left Daniels. Nobody was on him to hit that three.
16-10, a drive by Trent Johnson. Shot won't go. Hoopengarner has the rebound taken away from him by Flagg, who pushes it up court for New Prairie.
Well, and Flagg we saw him pregame was shooting those shots from the volleyball line there, so I thought maybe he might pull up.
Drive on the right and a turnover. Johnson has it. Up court it goes to Parker. He barely gets it before it goes bouncing out of bounds. Thomas over to Johnson on the right. Williams on the wing will pull it out as he passes over to the left to Thomas. Hoopengarner had a screen set up high, but he drops down and then pops back out. Right corner, Johnson. Three won't go, and on the weak side, another rebound by Braden Flagg.
When you can tell, they're not even trying to guard that three-point line. They're really packing it in that lane.
Flagg averages 4.5 rebounds a game. By my count, he already has 6 here in the first half. And the foul is going to be called on Caleb Williams. Daniels will sit down, and so will Berg, and so will Zalay as New Prairie substitutes 3, and Latrell Franklin also back in for Mishawaka. 4.5 to play in the first half. New Prairie inbounds, leading by 6. Up top it goes to Hunter Smith. Inside Flagg, down to the left baseline, and the driving layup is good for Tanner Marino.
Tanner Marino there, one of the smallest guys on the court, just went by the defense, put up a quick layup, and is able to score, extend the lead to 8.
That's their biggest lead of the first half. 8 points. It's 18-10 New Prairie. Parker outside Williams on the right with the Cougars still playing the 2-3 zone. Johnson to Williams.
The shots are there for the Cavemen. They've got open guys. They just don't have anybody that's confident enough to step in and hit these threes. They're just giving them to them.
Yeah, there's a little hesitation right now. From 17, the pull-up does not go from the right for Williams. Loose ball is finally going to be corralled by McBride and the Cougars. Dish down low by Marino. The shot doesn't go for Smith, and the rebound taken by Mishawaka.
Yeah, really good defensive play there by Nick Hoopengarner to recover, get that block. But the Cavemen really have got to start making shots. You saw it with Williams on the last one. He took one dribble in from the three-point line, not very confident in lifting up for that shot.
Mishawaka was just 2 for 14 from the field in the first quarter. Not sure what the count is now, but not much better as Parker misses a 3 from the left wing. Hoopengarner trying to save a rebound on the baseline, throws it into the New Prairie bench. Good effort by him. He just couldn't quite haul it in.
Yeah, and the Cavemen really got to find something that's going to work for them on offense. If it's not going to be those open threes, they got to figure out some other way to get some baskets.
Inbound, nearly stolen by Raheem Brayton, who just came back in. Kenner drives and Hoopengarner blocks this shot, his team-leading 16th of the season. Here's Franklin on the right. The drive doesn't go, but he'll draw the foul and head to the free throw line.
And a little bit of a bailout there for Franklin. He went up pretty out of control. That ball might have been out of his hands before he shot it, but he's going to get 2 shots here. At least an aggressive move, though, in the open court.
Yeah, and it looks like Mishawaka probably feels like they need to try to get more scoring in transition rather than sit there and look at that 2-3 zone that they haven't been able to solve so far. As Franklin hits the first of his 2 free throws.
Well, and the Cavemen haven't been good from the field, but 3 for 3 from the free throw line, so they can try to get there more often. It might help them out.
Exactly. I think that foul called on Hunter Smith. Thought that was what was up on the board.
I think
32.
32, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Franklin hits both free throws. Hunter Smith with his first foul, and Franklin on the board. Mishawaka down 6 with 2:55 to play in the first half. They flashed it up there on the board quickly because I think, Smith did. He's still out there. I don't know why they took it off the board so quick. 18-12, a 6-point New Prairie lead. Flag out on the right wing. Johnson guarding him. Flag behind his back. Now steps back, puts up a 3. It won't go. Nobody down in the corner. His flag crashes for his own rebound. Gets some contact, puts up an air ball, and the ball bounces around and down as Berg flips it in.
Well, Flag hasn't been so efficient, but you saw him miss that, go after his own rebound, really forced the Cavemen into blocking his shot, condensing down onto him. Open layup there for New Prairie.
And alley oop, and there's the slam for Johnson on the pass from Raheem Brayton. Johnson came down the baseline to throw it in.
And that plays there for him. The pass is as Brayton gets the steal.
Steal and up to Parker. Mishawaka with numbers. Parker bounces it off to Franklin, and the layup is good.
Just as you said, getting some points in transition. They're putting some pressure on with this 2. It almost looks like a 1-2-2 press.
Very athletic and good defensive team on the court right now for Mishawaka. Shot up, won't go. The Cavemen trail 20-16. Trent Johnson all the way, lays it in.
That's going to call a timeout there, but a great spurt there. That's a quick 6-0 run to get the Cavemen back in it.
And all of it coming in transition. 20-18. Mishawaka back within 2 with a minute 32 to play in the first half. A full timeout, so we're back in 60 on Z94.3.
We can't pick everything in life, right? Parents, where we grow up, or things like the weather. But leadership? That's a choice. We're the faculty and staff of Mishawaka schools, and we see tomorrow's leaders in every neighborhood, every town around. We're growing leaders in a culture of excellence with project-based learning, award-winning arts, sciences, a focus on safety, small class size, and preparing students for the global economy. Growing leaders in a culture of excellence. That's the Mishawaka way. You can't pick everything in life, but you can pick a culture of excellence. The Mishawaka way. Be great. Pick Mishawaka Schools. Enroll today. Visit pickmishawakaschools.com. pickmishawakaschools.com.
Mishawaka within 2. A 6-0 spurt by the Cavemen, as close as they've been since it was 2-0.
Yeah, well, sorry, Sean. I was just checking real fast. Cavemen is 6 of 22 so far in the game. They just went 3 for 3 in a matter of 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So they're not shooting great, but right now only down 2.
Foul is going to be called on Latrell Franklin. That is number 6 on the Cavemen. Was on the floor. Minute 26 to play in the first half. 20-18. Mishawaka down by 2. Chase Ketter over on the left, hounded by Devon Parker. A couple football players going head-to-head. Both of them all NIC this season. As Ketter pinned against the sideline, bounces off Parker's foot, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, and that's what Parker will bring you. He's not, he's explosive in his athleticism. He's not an explosive offensive player, but he'll get out there and he'll guard one of the best athletes for New Prairie, and Chase Ketter forced him into, throwing it off his leg.
Ketter rushed for almost 2,500 yards, 33 touchdowns his senior season. The inbound goes off a New Prairie player, flag and out of bounds, turnover, and the Cavemen with a chance to tie or take the lead.
Yeah, and they've had chances to do that. Now they just need to get over the hump, essentially, get some shots to fall here as that 2-3 zone as they mess up offensively.
Correctamundo. Down by 2. Right to Parker, comes off the screen, goes right, pulls up at the elbow. Jumper is short, and the rebound down to McBride.
And that's one of those ball don't lie moments. Devon Parker took about 3 steps here before he dribbled, and then he missed the shot. So.
Exactly. Ketter drives right baseline. Parker goes up for the block and is going to be called for the foul.
They are going to 23. I wasn't sure if they were going to call it on Boggs. Boggs came over to help, but they will call that on Devon Parker.
Parker picks up his first. That's number 7 on Mishawaka in the first half. 42.3 seconds to play before halftime. Chase Ketter to the line to shoot 2. He's a 57% free throw shooter. The first one crawls through as it got some iron.
Sometimes those percentage on free throws, especially in high school basketball, maybe you don't get as many shots as you wanted. Pretty good form. It doesn't look too bad. He got the roll off the rim.
This is his 71st attempt as he makes the second one as well. Ketter now will take a seat as Derek Daniels comes back in.
Sometimes it's just you take 10 free throws in a night and you're just not having it.
Right.
And you have a bad night, messes up your
35 seconds to play in the first half. From the free throw line, jump shot by Boggs doesn't go. Sicario Thomas rebound, tips it from left to right across the lane, and Franklin lays it in.
And that athletic kind of quick twitch motion from both Sicario Thomas and Latrell Franklin got that to go.
22-20. They blocked the shot of Berg down to the baseline, out of bounds off Mishawaka with 16.2 left in the first half.
And with this lineup out there, you don't have your best shot blocker in Cooper Gardner, but you've got Thomas, Franklin, Johnson, Boggs. These guys are athletic. They can get up there.
Guys who can hop, yeah. 22-20, New Prairie. It was just 9-5 at the end of the first quarter. Into the lane comes Flagg. Nearly had it stripped. Outside it goes to Daniels. 3 from the left wing. Doesn't go. 6 seconds to play in the quarter, or in the half rather, as Johnson takes the rebound. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Johnson, pull up. Will beat the buzzer. Trent Johnson with the last shot of the first half, and we are tied at 22 at halftime. Once again, in transition, that is where Mishawaka made its hay. Down the stretch, they shot just 2 for 14 in the first quarter, but they heated up at the end of the second quarter, and after trailing 9-5 at the end of one, it is 22-all at halftime. A good close to the first half for the Cavemen. So we will take a timeout. When we come back, you will hear from Matt Embry in the Z94.3 studios as we get set for the Mishawaka Education Foundation halftime show. Matt will have the U.S. Signcrafters scoreboard show, and then after that, we will be back, and Matt Rendell, will bring you the RBI's Unlimited halftime statistics. 22-all at halftime here at Cave. You're listening to Mishawaka Cavemen Basketball on Z94.3.
Hi, I'm Brock Zolman. Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care has been family-owned for 40 years. What does this mean to you? It means that we're dedicated to our community and serving you like family. Zolman's Best One would also like to say thank you for voting us favorite auto repair for 16 consecutive years and favorite tire store for 3 years in a row. We also offer a wide selection of Bridgestone tires. Bridgestone tires is Zolman's Best One. Let our family serve your family. Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care. Trusted community service for 40 years.
Midland Engineering Company is proud to partner with Mishawaka Schools to bring you Caveman boys basketball. We believe in the Mishawaka way and are proud to work on facilities like historic Mishawaka High School and the Cave, which is the oldest active gym in Indiana. Midland and its employees are committed to supporting the community and enhancing the quality of life in Michiana with events like the South Bend Cubs Fallen Heroes Award. A community partner for nearly 100 years, visit MidlandEngineering.com.
Have you heard the news? Rossini's is now open on Tuesdays. So now you can get Rossini's pizza, sandwiches, and spaghetti 7 days a week, including Tuesdays. Their Tuesday special features an 18-inch 2-topping pizza with an order of breadsticks for only $19.99. Every Rossini's pizza is carefully made with the freshest ingredients and homemade dough. Visit their website for downloadable coupons at RossiniCarryout.com. Rossini Pizza, carry out you're proud to bring home. Lincoln Way East in Mishawaka, across from Beager School. Rossini's. Rossini's Pizza.
When Old Man Winter comes knocking on your garage door, give us a call. Hi, this is Doug Lecklight. When the cold of winter takes its toll on your garage, overhead, or entry door, Lecklight Door Sales and Service is here for you. We offer service residential, commercial, agricultural, and industrial doors. At Leckleitner Door, we provide quality products with expert service, and we strive to satisfy every customer with each door. Leckleitner Door, we open doors. Call 296-6311.
This is the Mishawaka Caveman Halftime Show, presented by the Mishawaka Education Foundation on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
And Matt Embry in the U.S. Signcrafters Studios. We've reached the halftime break at the Cave. Mishawaka and New Prairie are tied at 22. After this short break, we will have the RBI's Unlimited stat book. U.S. Signcrafters, whether it's commercial signs, freestanding pylon signs, pencil architectural signs, illuminated signs, or more, contact U.S. Signcrafters today to see how they can make a great first impression for your company or organization. Call 574-674-5055. Elsewhere in Tuesday night action at the half, it is all Glen as they lead a struggling Concord squad, 31-19. Entering the fourth quarter, Marion in control against Jimtown, 32-24. Penn with a 15-0 run in the second quarter is well ahead of Bremen, 29-13 at the half. It's been back and forth at St. Joe at Alumni Gym, with Adams leading the Indians at the half, 39-32. South Bend Clay leads at Central, 29-19. And in the second, it is Washington ahead of Riley on the south side of South Bend, 21-14. Two other games also tonight, Lakeland and Goshen, and West Noble and Northwood. 22 all at the half at the Cave between Mishawaka and New Prairie. After this timeout, we send it back to the Cave for first half stats and analysis, our RBI's Unlimited stat book. You're listening to Mishawaka Caveman Basketball, powered by Midland Engineering on WZOC, Plymouth, South Bend, and the world, better known as P94.3.
Beyond the Cave is a special partnership between Mishawaka Education Foundation and School City of Mishawaka to help School City students explore the plan for career education options following high school. In the Beyond the Cave Center, trained volunteers assist students and their parents to explore careers in post-secondary education and to succeed in applying for admission and scholarships. Contact the Mishawaka High School Guidance Department to schedule an appointment for you and for your School City students today. Learn more at mishawakaedu.org.
Kurt Outdoor Living has a full selection of the industry's best snow melt, salt, and ice removal products to keep your walkways and driveways safe. IceBan is a product designed to get to bare pavement faster, composed of all natural ingredients to pre-treat salt for a faster melt, plus bagged ice melt, bulk ice melt, and liquid de-icers available on demand for commercial or residential application with delivery throughout the Michiana area and 24/7 on-call loading storm hours. Kurt Outdoor Living, 2129 West Wilden Avenue, Goshen. KurtOutdoorLiving.com. A stylish new garage door can change the entire look of your home. At Industrial Door of Northern Indiana, you can choose from traditional carriage house or other striking residential looks that will update the curb appeal of your home instantly. Visit Industrial Door of Northern Indiana's showroom at 3839 South Main Street in South Bend, or view their entire gallery, including lifestyle overhead and Mystic motorized garage screen doors at IndustrialDoorNI.com. Industrial Door of Northern Indiana, providing quality sales, service, and installation of commercial and residential overhead doors.
If your company needs to make an impression, call U.S. Signcrafters. With over 27 years of innovation, communication, and experience, U.S. Signcrafters can provide custom design, fabrication, and installation for all your corporate branding and signage needs. When you call U.S. Signcrafters, you can relax because your sign project is done professionally, on time, and on budget. To learn more, visit USSigncrafters.com to check out their gallery of work along with their client testimonials. That's USSigncrafters.com.
Where Mishawaka and New Prairie are tied 22-22 with Matt Rendell, Sean Stires, and it is time for our RBI's Unlimited halftime stats. Matt Rendell, take it away.
Well, I mean, it's been a tough shooting day. Let's start with some individual stats. Raheem Brayton for the Cavemen has 2 points. Latrell Franklin with 6, and then the leading scorer for the Cavemen, Trent Johnson with 11 points. And then I don't want to miss Alex Boggs hit that corner 3. But for the Cavemen on the night so far, 2 of 12 from 3-point land. 8-6 overall, so not a great shooting night, but 4 for 4 from the free throw line. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, just something of note that I didn't get a chance to mention. Dick Hoopengarner had a double-double last week against Washington. First double-double this season, 14 points and 11 rebounds. I think, do you have him, are you tracking rebounds there?
Sorry.
Okay. I've got him with 5 unofficial rebounds. Hasn't been able to get on track from a scoring standpoint,
yeah,
though.
He took a couple shots but couldn't get him to go. We talked a lot about the Cavemen shooting struggles. New Prairie's not looking a lot better here, Sean. On the night so far, leading for New Prairie is going to be Braden Flagg with 6 points. And from there, it's kind of spread around.
Yeah.
Chase Ketter has 4. Derek Daniels has 3. Tanner Moreno with 2. Rylan McBride with 3. And then Evan Berg has 4 points as well. But on the night, 9 of 26 from the floor. So the Cavemen are 8 of 6. New Prairie and the Cougars are 9 of 26. Only 2 of 3. And then another 2 for 2 from the free throw line. So combined, we are 100%.
And I guess the one positive note about Mishawaka shooting, even though they're only 8 of 26, they started 2 of 14, so they went 6 of 12 there to get to 8 of 26, and that coincided with that late stretch there to close out the half.
What a great play at the end of the half to tie it up, not settling it. Honestly, I think New Prairie got caught in one of those fans, not a lot of fans, but some of those dudes over there were doing that countdown, 3, 2, 1, 9 seconds left. They put up a shot, and Johnson was able to go coast to coast.
That's what your home crowd does for you.
That's right.
RBI's Unlimited bring you to the halftime stats. 22 all here at halftime, back in 1 minute with the second half on Z94.3.
Most people look elsewhere to find leaders, not us. We see them everywhere, every neighborhood, every town around. The most promising young men and women in this nation's history. Yours. We're the faculty and staff of Mishawaka Schools, and we're growing leaders in a culture of excellence with project-based learning, award-winning arts, sciences, small class size, and preparing students for a global economy. That's the Mishawaka way. Growing leaders in a culture of excellence. You can't pick everything in life, but you can pick faculty and staff who see greatness in every child. The Mishawaka way. Pick Mishawaka. Enroll today. Visit pickmishawakaschools.com. pickmishawakaschools.com.
Second half begins. The Cows on a repair third quarter with Mishawaka and New Prairie knotted at 22. Devon Parker is going to start the second half in place of Raheem Brayton. Oh, no, Raheem Brayton is out there, so he will be out there in place of Maddox Yohe.
Yeah, Maddox didn't get a lot of run there in the second quarter. He did in the first, but he didn't in the second.
Fox, Hoopengarner, as Parker takes the shot from down the left corner. It doesn't go, and Braden Flagg with the weak side rebound. Down to the left corner, Chase Ketter puts up a 3. It won't go. An offensive weak side rebound by Hunter Smith. And who hit that shot? I was still looking down.
Hunter Smith got it. And then an awful turnover there by the Cavemen. They kind of lose it out of bounds. But back to Hunter Smith there. He got that rebound, kind of turned his back to the basket, and then just made a nice little drive and went under the basket. Used the basket as a defender there to block the defense.
24-22, just underway in the Cows Auto Repair third quarter. New Prairie with a 2-point lead. Over on the right wing, Rylan McBride. McBride guarded by Brayton. Ketter comes out to take it, backs out near midcourt as Brayton shuffles left and shuffles right with him. Hoopengarner going for a steal, couldn't quite get it though. On the outside, Flag comes down to the baseline. Pull up, puts up an air ball. Weak side rebound, and the putback good by Hunter Smith.
And that's really nice plays by Smith in a row. Flag, it seems to be normal for him to take some contested shots. That one was contested again, airballed it. But right there is Smith to put it back for 2.
On the right, Raheem Brayton as Franklin goes to the scorer's table to check in. Left wing Johnson, 3 is short. Rebound comes out. It was taken by New Prairie and Evan Berg, and he is called for traveling.
And
some help from Raheem Brayton.
That shot was very short, but the long rebound, he turned, and Brayton was right there, and he just took that little shuffle.
Brayton takes the inbound. Mishawaka moving left to right. Down 4 at the start of the Cows Auto Repair third quarter in the second half. 6:33 on the clock.
And they are really giving the Cavemen that three-point line. They aren't even guarding it.
Turn and shoot by Hoopengarner on the right baseline. His first bucket, and it's a 2-point game again.
And don't you love it when you talk about somebody at halftime and they
That's right.
score for you?
Come right out. He was scoreless in the first half after that 14-point, 11-rebound performance against Washington last Thursday. Mishawaka turning up the defense. Nearly a carry there. That dribble got high. Header through the lane. Left-hand layup won't go. Johnson with a rebound and a chance to run for Mishawaka. Johnson, pull up, left elbow, off the rim, out of bounds. It is going to be, nobody knows. The guy closest to it's looking for help across the court. Ooh, over to New Prairie.
Chronic didn't like that call, but
No.
very strange. Like, there was no call at the start. Sometimes you call it and then talk about it, but they didn't call it at all. They went and talked about it, and they'll give it over to the Cougars.
Yeah, and the guy standing 5 feet from it had to defer to somebody 30 feet away.
That's very true.
Mishawaka down 2. New Prairie with it. Ketter drives. Air ball. Offensive rebound, though, and a little hook shot good by Berg.
Yeah, really nice on that offensive rebound. And they've gotten all 6 of their points here in the second half on offensive rebounds.
They indeed have. 28-24 now as Thomas goes to the scorer's table. In the left corner, up fake by Parker. Back to Johnson. Comes into the lane, and he'll draw the foul.
Yeah, and what you have is right in front of us, New Prairie coach talking to the rest saying, okay, these fouls here, we're getting pretty hard on shots down at our end, so let's get some calls. And then they call one right there on New Prairie. I think that's on Ketter.
Yeah, that's his third.
Yeah.
Chase Ketter, the All-State 4A quarterback, picks up his third foul. Inbound, right corner. Franklin's 3 won't go, but the putback is good by Hoopengarner.
Yeah, Creighton put up that 3, and it was not close because he was wide open. But Hoopengarner, nobody boxing him out, was able to get that to go for 2.
28-26. Mishawaka down 2. 5:05 to play in the Cows Auto Repair third quarter. Hunter Smith passes it off to McBride. A long 3, and the bank shot good.
Yeah, McBride is always looking for those 3-pointers. They're trying to run screens for him to get open. He got open just for a second, but he banked that one to go.
31-26. And alley-oop cut down the left baseline. It was knocked out of there, though, by New Prairie. Hoopengarner with an offensive rebound and gets fouled, taking it back up.
Yeah, so New Prairie finally sniffed out that alley-oop play, but then Hoopengarner was right there, and he's able to get to go to the line for 2.
Hoopengarner with 7 rebounds, 4:41 to play in the Cows Auto Repair third. Mishawaka down by 5. That foul on Ryla McBride, his second. Hoopengarner flicks the wrist, then buries the free throw. A 77% foul shooter, the second best on the team behind Alex Boggs, but Boggs not nearly as many attempts as Hoopengarner. He has about half as many. Hoopengarner's next free throw spins the nylon, and he has 6 points here in the third quarter after going scoreless in the first half.
Haven are going to pick up full court here, try to toss some turnovers.
McBride gives it up, gets it back, drives, dishes down low, 1 dribble, and Berg is fouled going up.
And I think that's going to be on Hoopengarner. It is, but really what caused that foul was the player getting right by Sicario Thomas. Sicario Thomas in trying to play defense. He's trying to get up in the defender, but he's not keeping them in front of him as they're going by him. And he's playing good, hard defense. It's just not quite effective enough to keep the offensive player in front of him, and then that causes that dump-off pass and a foul.
Berg just a 45% free throw shooter, 9 out of 20 this season. Big bend to the knees, but he hits that one like a pro.
I was about to say, look good, and we're still perfect on the night.
I'm surprised that somebody that big would only have 20 attempts, playing down to the post as much as he does.
And with some good shooters around him, too.
Yeah. Next one up, and it catches a little bit of rim, but it's good. It's both, does Berg, to make it 33-28 New Prairie. 4:20 to play in the Cows Auto Repair third quarter. Thomas in. Over to the left wing, Trent Johnson. 3 rings the bell. Trent Johnson with 14 points. That's his second three of the night. That's just a 2-point deficit for the Cavemen.
And that's really all Johnson has to do as Hoopengardner gets the block there.
Blocks it. Here comes Sicario Thomas on the run, trying to get past the defender. Derek Daniels is going to be called for a foul, taking the ball away from Thomas.
And Derek Daniels there walking around with the ball in his hand saying, I grabbed that right out of his hand, and it looked pretty close
It
from
did
here.
look pretty clean from here, but, you know.
We don't make the calls.
That's right. That's the third on New Prairie here on the quarter. 3:57 to play.
What I was saying about that three-pointer that Johnson hit, all he's got to do, he's 2 for 5, that's 40%. If you can hit 40%, they've got to honor you out there on that three, as he'll take another.
Here's another one, strong off the back iron and leaping up to rip the rebound out of there, Latrell Franklin, and he gets fouled as he drives, and that might be Daniels once again.
And Latrell Franklin, I just heard it behind me, Latrell Franklin ball to jump, and I definitely think the coaches, the fans here for New Prairie wanted that travel call.
That foul was on Daniels. Long inbound, out on the big block M to Raheem Brayton, gives it up, gets it back. He'll put up a three, and he'll ring it up. Raheem Brayton with 5. He hit a three-pointer against Washington last week. That's his 5th of the season. Mishawaka leads for the first time, 34-33. Missed shot, Brayton with the rebound. Mishawaka running again, but Brayton's going to have to slow it up as he had it tapped away from him for a second.
Well, the Cavemen lead now. I mean, that was kind of they went down 5 here and pretty quickly. That's what the three-point line will do for you as Johnson and Brayton hit three-pointers.
Brayton takes another. He rings it up again. Raheem Brayton with 8, and Mishawaka leads 37-33.
And a couple three-pointers. You lead by 4. At some point, New Prairie's going to have to extend that zone a little bit to guard that three-point line.
Mishawaka finally connecting from three-point range outside that zone as Ketter with a scoop to put in himself.
He came out of that pretty upset. That wasn't a foul call, too.
Well, and he's a football player. He shouldn't be mad about that.
Well, if you're Brayton, you got to take that again.
Left wing, Johnson rings another one through. Trent Johnson with 17 now, and Mishawaka leads by 5. Daniels drives, kicks inside. The shot up by Zalay, no good, but he picks up a foul and will head to the free throw line.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It looked like it was a travel there on Soleil, but I think Mishawaka got away with a few of them down on this end, so he'll go to line for 2. That's another foul on Hoopengardner.
Raheem Brayton gets a pound of the butt from Ron Hetlinski as he went over to the bench for a second. Soleil's free throw. Flanks off the lip. He is 3 for 6 at the free throw line this season. Ketter takes a seat for New Prairie. Sicario Thomas sits down for Mishawaka. Caleb Williams is in for the Cavemen. Zalay hits the free throw.
I thought Caleb Williams was coming in for Raheem Brayton. I was like, Coach, why would you be taking out Raheem Brayton when he's on fire right now? But he didn't.
Zalay sits down after going 1 of 2 at the line as Braden Slack comes back in, and now Alex Boggs in, and Hoopengardner out for Mishawaka. All kinds of substitutions.
We'll see what the 2-3 zone does here with them hitting those three-pointers.
Mishawaka leads by 4. Over the left wing, Trent Johnson wants another 3 and buries another one. Trent Johnson on fire, 43-36 Cavemen. That is his 3rd consecutive three-pointer. Flag on the outside, the lefty puts up a 3. It won't go, and Caleb Williams with the rebound for Mishawaka. Trent Johnson, another three-pointer from the left wing. Rattle that one down. Trent Johnson rings it up once again. He has 23 points now. What about 12 of them have come in about the last 3 minutes? 46-36 and a timeout taken by New Prairie. It'll be a full timeout. Mishawaka by 10, a 1-minute timeout on Z94.3.
Midland Engineering Company has been completing quality commercial roofing jobs nationwide from right here in Michiana for nearly 100 years. But did you know Midland also boasts the area's only standalone service department in the commercial roofing business? Midland knows the negative effects a leaking roof can have on your business, so their team is ready to help Michiana's small business owners keep working. Why take a chance with your business? Trust the professionals at Midland Engineering Company, proud to be Michiana born and raised.
Shaq Sports Hour. You listen to Shaq Sports Hour. We're talking predictions for MVP this year. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Shaq, my money's on the Epson EcoTank color printer.
Excuse me?
Oh, dude, it doesn't use cartridges and comes with a ridiculous amount of ink.
Sir?
Oh, it saves me a ton of trips to the store.
Sir?
Yeah?
You know MVP stands for Most Valuable Player, not Most Valuable Printer, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah. MVP. I know sports.
Sponsored by Epson EcoTank. Just feel and chill. Available at Best Buy, Office Depot, and Staples.
Mishawaka leads New Prairie by 10 and a barrage of three-pointers here in the third quarter. The Cavemen are 6 of 9 in the third quarter. That 6 that they've hit in this quarter might be as many as they've hit in a game all season, Matt.
Well, and the quarter's not over. We've got a minute 49 left. If they're going to keep playing this 2-3 zone where they're not guarding that three-point line, it looks like right now those last 2 3-pointers that Trent Johnson hit, those were heat checks. I mean, he went out there, he wasn't even thinking about passing it.
Trent Johnson has his last 12 points on three-pointers. On the left, Bird will pass outside. Raheem Brayton with a couple threes this quarter as well. Johnson hit a 3 in the first half. He has 4 three-pointers. Brayton has the other 2 here in the third.
Right now, the Cavemen have been D'ing up Ketterer and Flagg, who are the 2 leading scorers for New Prairie, very well. Flagg wants to get some shots up, but he hasn't been able to.
Drive down the left baseline, and Rylan McBride breaks a New Prairie drought. McBride has 8 points, and it's 46-38, a minute 10 to play in the Cowles Auto Repair third.
Well, and he had some contact again as well, and so at some point you might see these coaches get on the refs a little bit more about calling that contact down low.
Johnson to Brayton, who again has hit a couple of three-pointers. New Prairie is going to extend the zone, but they will stay in the zone.
I think they're going man-to-man.
Well, it looks like almost a 3-2 zone instead of a 2-3. Let's see what they do here.
Latrell Franklin's in the corner saying, throw up an alley-oop.
Yeah,
I can go up higher than this guy.
Brayton, and the count is on. Brayton dribbling around Chase Ketter into the lane, flips it up. It won't go. Rebound is finally by Flagg. That is his 8th flag up court. Here's Ketter behind his pass, down to the left baseline, and we are going to have a foul as Trent Johnson got caught up in the air.
Well, Raheem Brayton had a chance there, got to the hoop, couldn't get it to go. But the fans here, the coaches, they really wanted that 5 ball. He was being guarded pretty well there by Ketterer.
46-38. Mishawaka's lead is 8. Inbound left wing. Three-pointer is short by Flagg as Franklin and Hunter Smith get tied up on the rebound. Possession arrow is going to keep it with New Prairie.
Flagg's got to be pretty frustrated at this point. He's 0 for 6 from 3. You can tell that's something he's normally used to making, some of those. And it's only made 3 of 13 shots on the game.
Devon Parker's going to come in for Raheem Brayton, who sits down after hitting a couple of three-pointers. He has 8 points, 6 of them on those 2 threes here in the third. New Prairie inbounds, 13 seconds to play in the Cowles Auto Repair third quarter. Ketter drives down, stopped on the right block, spins off the defenders, puts up the shot. It won't go, out of bounds. The Cougars keep it with 6.4 to play in the third.
And Ketter's really driving that lane, using his strength, which is, his body, to get in there, and really wants those fouls called, but they haven't been yet.
Inbound New Prairie, out on the left wing. Flag goes behind his back. Franklin takes it away. 2 seconds left. Franklin heaves from half court and hits the ceiling. And then it comes down and hits the rim.
And they waved it off. They pointed at the ceiling and they said, even if it goes, no good.
46-38. Mishawaka outscores New Prairie 24-16 in the third quarter. We'll take a timeout. Back with fourth quarter action on C94.3.
A stylish new garage door can change the entire look of your home. At Industrial Door of Northern Indiana, you can choose from traditional carriage house or other striking residential looks that will update the curb appeal of your home instantly. Visit Industrial Door of Northern Indiana's showroom at 3839 South Main Street in South Bend, or view their entire gallery, including lifestyle overhead and Mystic motorized garage screen doors at IndustrialDoorNI.com. Industrial Door of Northern Indiana, providing quality sales, service, and installation of commercial and residential overhead doors.
Technology Truth, brought to you by Geico.
Technology Truth.
Truth. You will certainly send any text about your supervisor to your supervisor.
What's with Dennis? Bang. Did she lose a bet?
the weed whacker. LOL. And set. Wait, no.
Truth. It's so easy to switch and save on car insurance at geico.com.
Janet, I think my phone was hacked or something.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
46-38, Mishawaka leads New Prairie by 8 points at the start of the fourth quarter. Of course, your third quarter brought to you by Kyle's Auto Repair, reminding you to have your car's oil changed every 3 months or 3,000 miles at Kyle. Caleb Williams, Latrell Franklin, Trent Johnson, Devon Parker, Alex Boggs for Mishawaka. Boggs drives left side of the lane, then spins into the lane and flips it in to put Mishawaka back up on top by 10.
Well, and you saw some extension. I don't know. I couldn't tell if they were man-to-man or just an extended zone, and that opens up the lane. Boggs and Hoopengardner are going to be pretty happy about that.
Yeah, absolutely. 48-38, Cavemen. Flag with a basketball. Passes outside to McBride. McBride over to Ketter. Ketter in the right corner. Passes back outside to McBride again. McBride hit a couple threes early. He puts up a three here. Off the back iron and up to rip the rebound out of midair is Devon Parker. Franklin with a basketball. They work it around to the left wing, and New Prairie has switched to a man-to-man. Parker trying to drive on the right, is cut off, though. On the left, Franklin wisely did not put up the three. Johnson drives off the screen to the right, all the way down, flips it up on the baseline. It won't go. Rebound to Ferg and New Prairie.
Ketter was really trying to draw that charge. There's no call as the shot doesn't go.
Left-hand three, hits the rim and then bounces up and hits the cable.
Now that one I knew was no good.
Right.
Is that cable?
That
Is
we've
that ceiling?
seen.
I'm not sure. Well, and the Cavemen are one of the only schools that have a kind of
that low, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like a sound ceiling or something, right?
Well, now the New Prairie's extending. They're running a 2-2-1 press. They're not really pressing that hard, but now they're going to trap.
6.5 to play here in the fourth quarter. Mishawaka taking its time, up by 10 after raining threes in the third quarter. 6 threes between Trent Johnson and Raheem Brayton.
You want to be careful in this, what I was saying right there. You want to be careful being too kind of lackadaisical, trying to waste time as they throw it away.
Flag with a steal. Now Flag with a pull-up jump shot from 17. Off the rim, it doesn't go. Franklin with the rebound as he kind of shoos Fox away.
A good rebound, but yeah, so you don't want to get too kind of content on running clock here. You saw it that last time they kind of threw the ball away, so you want to run some offense, which they're doing now, try to get the shots you were getting in that third quarter.
Williams over to Parker on the right wing. 5:33 to play. Right elbow jump shot. Franklin doesn't go. Bogzo with the rebound, and then Ketter ties up the basketball. It is going to go back to New Prairie.
And even with the missed shots there, I think that was a good offensive possession. They wasted enough clock. They got a good open look at the free throw line, even though it didn't go. And they actually had the offensive rebound. Ketter got in there, used his strength to get a hold of that ball.
Boggs frustrated after that tie-up. He sits down, and Hoopengardner comes in for him. Parker sits down as well as Raheem Brayton comes back in.
And I even though they're going to get called Williams for a foul here on the full court press, I like still pressing the team. That's what got you back into this game, got you the 10-point lead. You want to stick with the things that have been working for you.
Tanner Marino, 5'8 junior, in for New Prairie. 48-38, Mishawaka leads. 5:34 remains.
Looks a lot shorter than 5'8 out there with the New Prairie team. They're very tall team. It looks very small.
He comes into the lane, does Marino, kicks it out, right corner. Ketter drives the baseline and draws a foul going up.
Yeah, he went down very hard there as the team job by the Cavemen helping him up.
Hoopengardner will be whistled for his third foul. Hoopengardner was scoreless in the first half, scored 6 in the third quarter.
And I know I'm not brave enough, but Ketter is going hard at that hoop. You may want to try to take a charge, but...
Yeah, that's... Got a football player who's used to working through some contact and jumping over people from time to time.
Very true.
He hits the first free throw.
I believe he jumped over Snyder.
It was Donovan Snyder, that's right. He hits both free throws and has 8 points. It's 48-40, and Maddox Yohe going to the table. Williams flips it up, wouldn't quite go in. It was off the back iron, out of bounds, and over to the Cougars.
That's too bad. That was pretty much everything but the basket. Williams made a great drive to the hoop, got by flag, got right to the hoop, kind of finger rolled it up there, and that's one of those things coaches say, get off the backboard, but it hit off the back rim, couldn't go.
Yohe back in for the first time since the first quarter. 48-40, an 8-point Mishawaka lead with 5:05 to play. Marino with the left hand into the lane, switches right, shot won't go. Foul called, though, and Marino will get to shoot 2.
I think that's going to be Hoopengardner's fourth foul there. He just came back in, got 2 quick fouls as Marino go to the line.
Yep. Ron Heklinski not liking that. Let the official know about it. Marino will shoot 2. He's a 63% free throw shooter. Benson flicks the wrist and hits. Newberry has not missed much, if at all, from the line today.
Yeah, I think they've missed 1. Yeah, Clay missed 1, but other than that, they're perfect. And those percentages don't sound like they would be, but
no. He goes 1 for 2, does Marino, and Trent Johnson has the Mishawaka board. 4:54 remaining. It's 48-41. Mishawaka's biggest lead has been 10. Brought an 8-point lead into this fourth quarter. New Prairie still sticking with the man-to-man now, and traveling called on Latrell Franklin.
That's tough because nobody was really up on him. He just kind of shuffled his feet there. I was talking to Coach Heklinski before the game and asked, I said, you guys have been in a lot of these games, right? They haven't been getting blown out.
Right.
And he said, yeah, we just haven't finished them. Well, now you got to change. Most of those games they've gone to this point down or tied. They've got the 7-point lead with 4:38 to go. You got to finish it out. Marino will break some pressure, drives all the way, dishes down low, and the shot is good from the block for Hunter Smith, and it's just a 7-point game now. And really, that was Moreno just drove right down the lane all the way to the hoop, and Smith was open. Boggs hits the screen up high. Hoopengarner stays in there with 4 fouls. Boggs came back in, but rather than replacing Hoopengarner, he joins him on the floor. Well, right now, Moreno's guarding Hoopengarner, and that should be a mismatch they should see right away. Trent Johnson, 16-footer from the left baseline, good. Trent Johnson with 25, and it's 50-43 Cavemen. And I was shaking my head thinking that was a bad shot, but at this point, Trent Johnson just shoot it, and it's a good shot. Ketter had it blocked by Boggs on the jump shot from the left elbow. Devon Parker in. Yohe is going to sit back down. Ketter airballed that, and the only people singing airball were the 2 trombone players up in the band. Yeah. Not a lot of students here today. 50-43, Mishawaka leads by 7. What's interesting is it took them a while to solve that zone before they finally hit all those threes, and now it's they're kind of tentative against this man-to-man New Prairie's been playing. 3.5 minutes remaining. The Cavemen on top by 7 points. Johnson trying to dribble behind his back as he goes left and gets hit hard and picks up a foul. Yeah, I think he hit knees there. A flag really hedged hard on that screen. He jumped out there quickly, which caused a foul. But I think they hit knees, and that's a pain that really hurts. Johnson he's got pink kinesiology tape. He's got, on each knee, he's kind of got a slash of tape across it, and then up his quads, he's got that tape as well. Well, a flag comes out. I'm guessing they're just going to get him back in on offense here. Over to the left, Devon Parker, 3:18 remaining. Cavemen lead, 50-43. Johnson, right wing. Hoopengarner at the elbow, has it taken away from him by McBride. McBride coming up court. Shot on the run, wouldn't go. Good defense by Parker to keep up with him, and Hoopengarner yanks the rebound out of there. Yeah, and a good job by Hoopengarner getting back after the turnover, getting the rebound, and then setting a good screen on some pressure there. Parker gets a screen and goes left. He'll pull up from 17 and knock it down. Parker's got a long jump shot. It takes him a while to get it up there, but that thing went on a line drive and got it to go for 2. That's just his second bucket of the season. His first points came against Washington last week. He hits this bucket. He had only played in 3 games before last Thursday. Now he's got baskets in the last 2. 30-second timeout is taken by
New Prairie with 2:35 to play, and Mishawaka leading by 9 on Z94.3.
Hi, I'm Brock Zolman. Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care has been family-owned for 40 years. What does this mean to you? It means that we're dedicated to our community and serving you like family. Zolman's Best One would also like to say thank you for voting us favorite auto repair for 16 consecutive years and favorite tire store for 3 years in a row. We also offer a wide selection of Bridgestone tires. Bridgestone tires is Zolman's Best One. Let our family serve your family. Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care. Trusted community service for 40 years.
52-43, a 9-point Cavemen lead. 2:35 remaining with Matt Rendell, Sean Stiers at Cave. Mishawaka trying to get back to 500 at 7-8.
Oh, and I just want to say, Sean, a lot of guys look gassed out there. There's a lot of sickness going around. The nurse here at school said they sent 80 kids home sick on Friday.
That is a lot. A steal by Devon Parker, forced out of bounds.
Parker thought he got pushed out. Either way, he was out for sure. So
yeah, he was out. It was just a matter of how he ended up out, I guess.
And back to my other point, some of these guys have played a lot. Flagg played a lot. Johnson played a lot. But I'm telling you, some of these, I don't know for sure if any of these kids are sick, but a lot of kids have been sick. Some school buildings closed last week to clean them even. So trying to keep everybody healthy is going to be difficult.
Marino cut off on the left baseline. Nearly took some steps falling backwards. Right corner. Air ball on a three-pointer, and the rebound by Mishawaka. Pressure by New Prairie. The Cavemen break it. A dish by Johnson to Boggs, knocked out of bounds by the Cougars with 2:01 remaining.
It's been a good night for the basketball team. Just want to get a quick plug. The Cavemen wrestling team will be traveling Saturday to East Chicago for semi-state, sending 11 wrestlers out of the 14 weight classes. We broadcasted regionals and sectionals. It was a good time, but they're looking to have a good showing there.
First regional and sectional titles for the Cavemen in 10 years. Both of them breaking 10 dominance in both cases, and they dominated 10 in both cases. Trent Johnson gets fouled as he drives on the right side.
And that's a foul on Ketterer. I think that's his fourth.
It is. With 1:49 remaining, and Johnson to the line. He already has 25 points tonight. 5 3-pointers. 2 free throws coming for Johnson.
I don't want to jinx anything, Sean, but both the games I've done with you have been some of the best performances by the girls and the boys here tonight. So I'm just saying.
That's true.
Bring me back. We might be in good shape.
Vince D'Addario might want to watch out. Job security waning. Johnson hit the first free throw. I'll find out if he's listening here in just a second. I'm watching my phone. Johnson hits both. He has 27 points. That matches his season high. 54-43, biggest lead of the night, and now another air ball of a three is put up by Braden Flagg. It goes bouncing out of bounds and over to the Cavemen as Sicario Thomas comes in for Devon Parker.
Well, like I said, those 2 trombone players are yelling air ball at Ketterer. Now in the last 3 trips down the floor, 2 other guys have air ball, so they're just going to keep saying air ball to everybody.
Mishawaka definitely has depth now when they get Sicario Thomas and Devon Parker both back, even without Donovan Snyder. They go 9 deep now, and nearly a steal by New Prairie. It goes bouncing out of bounds again, though.
Yeah, really, really bad pass. They're trying to get it to Alex Boggs, cutting to the hoop, almost stolen. So I'm sure Coach Eklinski's not happy about that.
Yeah.
Okay, got 1:29 left. Really just got to make sure you don't do that when you give the ball away.
Exactly.
Because at some point, New Prairie's going to have to start fouling down 11. You don't got a lot of time.
Thomas to inbound. Johnson takes it left wing. Brayton outside, guarded by Flagg. Brayton comes into the lane. Down to the baseline it goes. Hoopengarner, it rattles on the rim and down. 8 for Hoopengarner to match 8 rebounds. 56-43 now, Cavemen. A 13-point lead. Out of bounds. Last touch by Mishawaka on the baseline.
And I think that was one of those where it definitely went off of Ketterer, but probably could have been a foul earlier, so they're going to just give him the ball here. Sicario Thomas stood out of bounds there, hoping the ref would give him the ball, but they caught it.
New Prairie inbounds. Delay takes it to Marino through the lane. Somebody got a piece of it, and the rebound taken by Brayton. He thought about pushing it, but keeps it in backcourt, weaves through traffic, stops at the free throw line, and passes back behind him with 55 seconds to play.
Kind of surprising. Coach Eklinski brought in Sicario Thomas here late to kind of handle the ball, and he hasn't played a lot in game action, but he obviously trusts him enough.
They spread the floor, do the Cavemen. Brayton saves a pass from Thomas from going into backcourt. Boggs and Hoopengarner camped out down in the corners. Hoopengarner cuts down the baseline, passes across the lane, and Boggs cashes in.
A beautiful play there by Hoopengarner. He saw the defense. I mean, he barely caught that thing and threw that bounce pass.
A 15-point lead now for Mishawaka with 20 seconds to play. Outside flag puts it up. It barely hits the rim on the three-point try. Hoopengarner blocks his third shot of the night, at least his third block of the night, and then finally with the ball still tapping around in there, a foul is called. And it's going to be Hoopengarner who will foul out on that.
Yeah, so as he goes out, Flag has had a tough night. He's taking shots. He looks confident in them, but he's 0 for 9 from 3 here tonight.
My goodness.
And he's right in front of us, and he does not look happy with himself.
Well, and he's a three-point shooter as well. He came into the night a 36% three-point shooter, but the most attempts and makes, 38 of 105 coming in, so now 38 of 114, 9 misses out there tonight.
Yeah, that's a tough night, and that's one of the things. Just going to any different gym is hard. You know, you're playing with different shadows, different lights, different floor, different rims. Sometimes people think it's easier than it is.
Yeah, that's true. Free throw up. Does not go for Evan Forg. And it's worth noting as well that Flag is their leading scorer at 13.5 a game, but he only has 6 points tonight. Takes in part of those 9 3-point misses as Ferg hits the free throw. He has 9. That leads New Prairie. 8 seconds left with Mishawaka leading by 14. Johnson dribbling out the clock. He will back it out, and that will be the ball game. Well, you talked about finishing 58 to 44. It was tied at 22 at halftime. And then Mishawaka with those 6 3-pointers got New Prairie out of that zone in the third quarter, and they finished as strong as we've seen them finish a game this season to end up winning. Good effort, great effort by the Cavemen as 3-pointers and ultimately numbers, I think, as well, just wore down New Prairie in the end. 58 to 44. A Mishawaka victory by 14 points over New Prairie. The Cavemen will get back to 500 this season, 8-8. Their third win in the NIC. They're 3-6. New Prairie under first-year head coach Mike Bauer will fall to 9-9. They are 1-7 in the Northern Indiana Conference. A 14-point Mishawaka win. Back with some post-game stats from RBI's Unlimited. U.S. Signcrafters scoreboard show still to come as well. Mishawaka wins by 14. Back after this on C94.3.